Finally have her on the show. And how are you doing
Thank
today?
you. Great, feeling great today.
Good.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your last fight. You looked really incredible. Like your grappling and everything looked like phenomenal. How was training camp? Like leading up to that fight, and like what's your goals for this upcoming year?
Well, I do most of my training here in Malaysia, only because we didn't have much time to kind of plan it. We only had like a few weeks, and my coach was also fighting
Mm.
on One Championships Jakarta card, which was the
Oh,
first event in 2017.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, we just had to do whatever, use whatever we have at the moment. And it was New Year and a lot of people were away,
Hmm.
so but I've always stayed ready. So it was just a matter of time of just tuning things whenever I have a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But training was good, and yeah, I'm just looking to fighting more this year and winning more this year.
All right. Good.
Great, great. So you've been with a company for quite some time now. You've been with ONE FC since almost pretty much its inception, and you're the first Malaysian female fighter to compete in ONE FC.
Mhm.
How has it been this last few years competing with ONE FC and just growing with the company?
Well, it's changed my life a lot. I came in the sport quite late. I know a lot of like young guys and girls. They're training now, and it's great because the sport has evolved so much since when I started. I only started training mixed martial arts since 2012, and
Yeah.
at the time I was like in my mid 20s, and I wanted to try it out. I had no martial art background whatsoever. I had no karate or whatever, any martial art background growing up, and just training. I trained with my coach, who has always been my coach,
Hmm.
AJ Pyra, who's also a one championship fighter. So we started with Muay Thai, and then it just transitioned to mixed martial arts. And yeah, I got signed with one in 2013, which
Hmm.
was a year after I trained intensely and did my amateur MMA. And yeah, I've been with them ever, ever since.
Yeah.
From 2013 till now, and the whole organization has expanded and changed for a lot better.
Hmm.
The game has changed a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you realize that since 2012, a lot has changed.
Oh, that
Um,
definitely, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. The
yeah,
last couple of years, it's grown, and just the way fighters promote themselves. Um,
yeah,
the competition between companies like One has come up as one of the
yes.
most dominant organizations out there. You have Bellator there, you have UFC, and it's not just one company now. So a lot has changed. Yeah.
Yeah, in so many ways, one championship has expanded and grown so much. You have guys running, who are VPs in the company, who are ex-champion from UFC. You have Matt Hume, you have Rich Franklin. You have a lot of these guys who know the sport, who has grown, eat, breathe, sleep the sport, and who is now managing one championship. You have Victor Koy, you have Chatri, who's the face of one championship,
Hmm.
and it's grown so much that's become Asia's how you say the face for Asian MMA, and
Right.
Yeah.
hopefully it dominates more.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's grown a lot.
No, it's crazy because in 2012, I think Ronda was started to become like a name in mixed martial
Yeah.
arts, and then a year later she signed with the UFC.
Yeah.
And speaking of Ronda Rousey, she's like a lot of people now kind of consider her like the face of women's mixed martial arts. So you being a woman yourself, like you've seen the sport for women's mixed martial arts grow tremendously. Are you happy, fighting in Asia? Are you at some point like want to compete and kind of test yourself here in America, like probably in UFC or
Well,
Bellator?
yeah, I was thrown this question a lot of times ever since I
Hmm.
started.
Hmm.
A lot of people will think that when once you start MMA, like the end goal would be to be fighting in the states and getting into other promotions. But I'm really happy with where I am right now.
Yeah.
It's a good company, it's a good team, and it started since what 2010, somewhat
Yeah.
Hmm.
maybe earlier, a bit earlier on. But yeah, I'm happy with the company, and you can see it's just growing so much, and you never
Yeah.
know that it could, it's competing with other huge MMA organizations out there. So yeah, I'm quite happy where I am right now.
Yeah. And talk about like your evolution to the sport, and kind of let the fans know kind of like where you first started practicing martial arts and how you got into mixed martial arts and thought of that as like a pursuit for a career.
Well, like I said, I never grew up with any martial art background whatsoever. I only started training MMA, starting with Muay Thai, just out of fitness. It was just out of curiosity and wanted to learn some self-defense skills. And, I didn't really have to transition my whole career to MMA because I was already, I held a day job, and I was earning quite well. But I would just love the sport ever since training Muay Thai, and then my coach encouraged me to train MMA and compete in MMA, and that's when I started. And I was just competing. I just kept coming to classes, and I just wanted to learn so much. And at the time, Ronda, I think UFC hasn't opened female weight division. It was still big about how Dana said he would never allow any other women fighting in UFC. So it was Gina Carano at the time who was kind of like the face of female MMA. And I looked up to her a lot because she started with Muay Thai and kind of like, oh, we relate, there's something there. But it was just out of passion. I really love what I do, and since my second fight in ONE FC and then ONE Championship, and I just decided to focus full time on mixed martial art.
Nice. Now I'm about to break a lot of young boys, a lot of young men's hearts by saying that you're married. So is it is it difficult, being a wife and then a fighter as well? Is that challenging for you? And if so, why?
Well, I don't think so. With my husband, it's very understanding. We've been together. We've been through the ups and downs of my career for quite some time now, and he's very understanding. In fact, he has helped me a lot during this last training camp, where like I said, my coach AJ was fighting, and I needed someone to kind of like push me, and there he was, being my solid rock right there, being like a second coach at home, making sure, I'm eating right. I've got, I wake up early to do my strength conditioning, and he'd be there to kind of like help me, with, during training. So I think he's helped me a lot, and I've only been married almost 3 months now, so there's not much changes. It just gets a lot better.
That's crazy.
And you obviously have a very active life outside of fighting too. You're always you very active on social media, so, and then all your images out there. You traveling, you do a lot of that stuff on your free time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've besides mixed martial art, besides focus fighting, during my. Actually, I have I run and manage my own travel company, so it makes sense if I travel a lot.
Look us up.
Yeah, my husband's my business partner, so we're really a team, getting things done, with the company, us together. So, it really helps with, being married.
Yeah, right. Any kids in the future?
Well, we hope so, but not anytime soon.
Good answer.
And you feel like this is the perfect time throughout your career and where you've gotten to this point, that this is like the best moment in your career. So like overall, you're in your prime pretty much. You're in a really good spot physically, and your career is just skyrocketing, popularity skyrocketing. Do you think this is like one of the best times that you've had so far?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel at this point, especially after winning, I feel great, and I feel like, I'm finally, at my prime. I'm at 530. I actually last year I had a win in China, and then recently I won from a recent loss in Kuala Lumpur as well. So, I'm running at 530. I feel everything's pretty much established. I feel in a good place. So, I'm really hoping to just train more, get more, just kind of like tune everything else, and just win more this year.
Do you have anybody in mind to maybe call out or want to fight for your next fight? Because I know, especially nowadays, MMA is all about being talkative and being and kind of putting stuff out there and getting the fans excited to watch your fight. So, is there anybody out there that you want to compete with for your next fight?
Well, I don't have anyone specifically on my mind, but what I'm eyeing for is the strawweight title in one championship. Yeah. So I fought both flyweight and strawweight, but right now, I'm really comfortable with where I am at. Strawweight is I'm eyeing on the prize right now.
Right.
After this last victory, how do you feel that puts you in terms of getting that title shot, fighting for that title? Like, you think you're knocking at that door right now?
Well, I really feel like I'm getting close to it. I'm definitely, feel I'm the next contender for the title. I've been with the company for so long, and I've improved my record, and there's more girls on the female roster that I think it's just about time this year that one championship might open a strawweight title soon.
Awesome. Now I know last year ONE FC kind of changed their weight cutting policy. Has it changed for you guys, or because I know like in order to compete at certain weight class, like you have to weigh that and no weight cutting at all. Is that how it is like in your division as well?
Well, yeah. One championship has they started with the whole walking weight system.
Right. That's what.
So basically, you've got to there'll be 2 weight checks during fight week. In fact, you'll be weighed on the day of your arrival on fight week, and there's hydration check. And to be honest, earlier when they implemented, everybody was just surprised, and I think they weren't used to the new system. But all I can say is it's improved the game a lot better. Fighters feel they fight better, and it just improves performance. So I think they did the right step, and I feel that other organizations should actually follow.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for coming on the show. We look forward to your next fight. I don't know if you have an idea of when that might be or when you want to fight next.
Oh, well, I just want to fight even more. Give it to me like middle this year. Anytime.
And I don't know if you want to plug any sponsors and how the fans could, let the fans know how they can find you on social media, because you're really a great person to follow on social media. You do a really good job.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'd like to just, thanks to you guys, for inviting me on your show. I'd like to thank everyone who has supported me from day one, from the first day I fought in one championship. And Toon Talk, the biggest sponsor for Malaysia MMA, they are without Toon Talk, I don't think, Malaysia MMA would grow as big as it is right now. They're kind of like the backbone of Malaysian MMA. They're a great telco as well. I'm just sending my love to everyone who has just supported me, and I'm just hoping to win more and get that strawweight title soon.
Nice.
And your social media handles?
All right. People can follow me I'm on Instagram at Osman, and Facebook at Athena Osman, and Twitter Osman as well.
Perfect.
Very easy.
Very easy. Well, thanks Anna for being on. We look forward to the next fight. Hopefully you keep winning and get that title shot soon, or a title soon. But and just remember, like after fighting, it's gonna be mommy time. You have all the babies you want.
Yeah.
All right, you take care.
Take care.
You guys too.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.